What's going on, everybody? Powerstroke and Rick here, back at you again. And today we are getting a little bit crazy here. So you get in on this, we're seeing jack stands, we're seeing front wheels and tires off, we're seeing some floor jacks, the hood's popped. So before I'm doing all the stuff I'm doing now, I actually just took it for a test drive for the piping kit, and I did blow my cold side boot off. So I didn't have it on all the way, it turns out, at the bottom, so it blew off. Got it tightened up, took it down the highway, we're all good to go. Came back, tightened all the clamps back up just to make sure they're extra tight. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into with you guys what we're doing today and what we're getting done and the parts we're finally getting to come in. And I'm gonna try to have all this done by June 17th to go on a trailer to a truck meet. I don't know if I'm gonna get it done, but I'm gonna damn sure try. So we're gonna show you what we got going on here. Alrighty guys, so what we are doing today's main goal here. Today's main goal is to get my coil springs out and to get the sway bar off. So to put that in perspective, we gotta take a lot of shit off. So I mean, the vacuum line for the 4-wheel drive on the axle, track bar, drag link, sway bar obviously, all the brake line brackets, the shock. I got jack stands down there, I got some floor jacks here sitting on the frame there. Definitely, if you own a lifted Powerstroke, you're going to want some 12-ton jack stands, because one, how heavy everything is, and they go up the tallest, like 28.5 inches, I believe. And doing stuff like this in your driveway, like me, since I don't have a lift, you definitely need some tall jack stands. So anyway, I'm just gonna video and show you guys how to get these out and this off. Long story short, I do have some parts coming in from PMF. I have some new rear track bars coming in that they got welded in, they got gussets welded in, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting the long arm 4-lane kit, so we're gonna get rid of this ugly radius arm. We have, let's get down under here. We have their PMF's thick ass drag link bar coming in to tighten up my steering. So we're gonna get rid of that little stabilizer shock, just all one bar. I do have PMF sway bar links coming in, because look at that. That guy is not good, man. That one over there, not too bad. But this one right here, yeah, she's a little tipsy. So we got that coming. So the reason I'm taking, we're gonna put a PMF 1-inch spacer underneath the coil. So we're going up another inch, which you probably won't be able to tell too much, but I will. Coils are gonna get powder coated. Sway bar is gonna get powder coated. New sway bar bushings. So we got a lot of stuff going on, and we got only like 2.5 weeks to do all of it. If we don't get it done, we don't get it done, but we're gonna damn sure try. So I'm gonna show you guys what all you need to take off to get this axle on the ground safely. Always use jack stands, always. So yeah. So this is a little progress update. You see we had to get all the big boy tools out, especially that breaker bar. I mean, that's my foot. That definitely helped out with the getting the track bar off. So, we have the brake line disconnected right here. That bolt, 13 millimeter. Got the 10 millimeter disconnected down here. I disconnected some lines coming off here. Got some shit hanging for rock lights and lines and brake lines and whatnot. I took the track bar off, which the track bar is a 30 millimeter. So I had to start with the big old breaker bar. Definitely spray everything like I did before to make it easier. Luckily this thing don't see winter, so it helps out. So I dropped the track bar, which is right there. I dropped the drag link off the pitman arm and the stabilizer shock, which that's all going away like I said. So, let's see. I ended up moving the jack stands just to feel safer with the weight of this 6.7. So I put these two right here. The axle's held up by the 2 floor jacks right now. And I have those two right back there just in case anything happens. You want to be definitely safe working on these things, especially with all this weight. So, also, Milwaukee, I wish you would sponsor me. The 1/2-inch ratchet just came in clutch a lot. So same thing on this side. 13 millimeter here, I took all that off. This is just gonna go down with the axle because we gotta get the coils out. Got shit hanging. And yeah, so everything's hanging right there. All we gotta do is drop the sway bar right here. That's the only thing that's left. We'll take the sway bar off, which has to come off all the way anyway. And then yeah, we'll lower this thing down and hopefully get these coils out. Hopefully I could do this in the driveway because I wish I had a lift. So yeah. Alrighty, so you guys are seeing it. You're seeing no coil spring right here. She's gone. She's out. No front sway bar. You wonder where it's at? It's all right here, baby. So both coil springs, the little boot bucket, whatever you want to call them, got everything labeled. I got these old bushings off. I'm ordering new ones. So these brackets, the sway bar and the coils I'm having powder coated to match everything else coming. So, like I said in my last clip, I did have the two floor jacks. So basically, as long as everything's out of the way, it's both floor jacks. I kept going back and forth like this, and I just kept dropping it slower and slower and slower and slower. And yeah, you eventually get to the point of dropping it down to where it comes right up off this bucket right here, and you could just kind of push up and then lift out. So the 1-inch extra lift is going underneath this. Take this off, it's gonna be a fully bolt on, and then the coil will go back in all powder coated. So since this is a 6-inch lift, if anybody was wondering, 6-inch lift in the driveway. As long as you have the right tools, jacks, and everything else, you can essentially lift a 6-inch, put a 6-inch lift on your Ford F-250 in your driveway. As long as you know what's going on and you have all the right proper tools, you're looking at it, it can be done. This is basically reversing the install of a 6-inch lift. And I am going up another inch. So like I said, once the PMF parts come in, yeah. And then taking these sway bar links off, which these are junk, getting rid of them. The top right here, you have to actually hold that with like some vice grips or something if you ain't gonna reuse them, and then ratchet the nut off because it'll just spin. So that is it on both sides. Everything is down. Like I said, the drag link's down, the track bar is down, everything. So this is how junk Fords look, man. They just sit. That's all they do. So yeah. And like I said, guys, same thing on this side. I mean, just go through and check everything you need to disconnect pretty much before you start dropping everything down slowly and slowly and slowly. So I do have, the axle is supported on some jack stands, some little guys, little 3 tons. These are holding it up. I have these there just in case because the truck's gonna be like this for a little bit. So obviously I have no parts right now, so I'm waiting. Powder coat that stuff, and then once my parts start rolling in, then I could put my new sway bar links on, my new drag link, get rid of the stabilizer shock, pretty much the whole 9. And I just these bolts, I think they're different, but for the drop bracket, 16 and 16 and 18 on top, bigger nut. Don't ask me why, but leaving them on obviously. So yeah, slowly but surely it will get there, hopefully. So that's where we're leaving today. I know I didn't film too much of taking everything off, but I mean, there's a lot of videos out there. It's pretty, as long as you check everything out, it's pretty self-explanatory when you explain it, what's going on. So yeah, guys, that's what we're working with. Axle is just chilling. Definitely need a good power wash for sure. All that stuff. And then yeah, don't forget about taking your shocks off too. I got them hanging out. So yeah. All right, y'all, so this is the end of this video. You saw how we started. This is how we're looking right now. So this will be part 1. So there's gonna be multiple parts to this due to waiting on parts coming in, waiting on parts getting powder coated. So we're just gonna make as many parts as we can out of this series. Tearing apart a junk Ford. That's what we're gonna call it. We might call it that. So yeah, basically where this part series is reversing, taking out a 6-inch lift, going up another inch, adding a whole bunch of parts in. So if you were putting a lift on your truck, you'd be doing the same pretty much stuff, except for like pitman arms, stuff like that. You'd be actually adding more stuff. But yeah, guys, that's the end of it. So like, comment, and subscribe. Anything helps, man. I appreciate it. Catch y'all on the next one. Deuces.